Happy Friday, guys. Welcome into the latest edition of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You can follow me on Twitter at Sports Talk Matt each and every morning right here on BettingPros.com. The Daily Juice being brought to you by BetMGM. The offer right above me here, $10 to win $150 any event. Use that promo code JUICE150 at BetMGM and BetMGM.com. For new users, JUICE150 is that promo code to use when you sign up for a new account at BetMGM. All right, so you guys are going to have to... This might be the most depressing podcast I've ever done, but I just have a couple things. I got a lot on my mind tonight, and it's got nothing to do with sports, and it's been a trying couple of days, and I haven't really talked about it either on my radio show or here, but my wife started a GoFundMe account for my sister-in-law's fiance, boyfriend, partner, whatever you want to call him, and I'll explain it here in just one second why I'm kind of really melancholy. And we have a listener who I was planning on doing kind of a depressing podcast anyway, because we have a longtime Daily Juice listener who lost his dog, and he asked me 2 days ago, like, hey, I know you did it for your cat and for others. I was wondering if you could do a Don't Bet a Parlay in memory of my dog. And I said, yeah, absolutely, 100%. So not great. And then, I mean, we lose 3 bets on really one drive for Tampa Bay and the Eagles, where a field goal or a touchdown cashes the team total over 30. A touchdown toss from Brady there would have hit the over 2.5. And the cover goes in with a field goal. The Bucks cover. Instead, the 6.5 doesn't hit because they win by 6 because the Eagles went for 2 and got it. I don't hate the call to go for 2, by the way. People were like, why go for 2? Because the analytics say to go for 2 there. You're down by 2 touchdowns. At worst, you're down by 8. And then you can go for 2 again. So you go for 2 there, and it's, Nick went by the book. I don't know why he was kicking field goals late in the game. That made no sense. But that play, down 14, to go ahead and do that made sense. So, I mean, the over would have hit with a field goal. I mean, it's amazing. The same game parlay, the one I played on Monday, if I played the same exact one on Thursday, it hits because I would have teased it down to 46.5 and taken the Bucks down to 1.5 and bet 1 full unit, and it would have hit. Instead, I broke it up on 3 different bets for a half a unit, and I went down a unit and a half. So, in the grand scheme of things, going 1-5, Giants, by the way, got totally screwed by the umpire. That was not a swing at the end of that game, but whatever. 2-1. Dodgers win. I figured Dodgers was going to win the game. I was going down with the Giants, okay? I wasn't betting against the Giants. I was going down with the home team, and I don't like the Dodgers, so I was going down with the Giants. I'm fine with losing that bet, but a 1-4 day. So it's been a crap week, okay? It's been a bad week. We had a great weekend, 9-2-1 on Sunday and Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday have all been really bad. When I tell you I don't really care, the reason is this. So earlier this week, the boyfriend, fiance, whatever you want, life partner of my sister-in-law, who is in his early 30s, who is a veteran of the Army, who went to Afghanistan and was a bomb tech and went and looked for IEDs and other bombs for our troops. That was his job, to take a metal detector and go and look for bombs. He went into the Peace Corps. He went to Moldova, which is the poorest country in Eastern Europe, to help them learn English. Had to go learn Romanian while he was over there. Met my sister-in-law while they were there. Came back together. Lived there together for 2 years in unbelievable conditions. Not running water, outhouses for bathrooms, and really tough, cold conditions. Tough part of Eastern Europe. Came back together, bought a condo, getting ready to get married, start a family, and he was diagnosed with an aggressive form of brain cancer. This type of brain cancer is very difficult. It will always come back. It is a 2-year lifespan. They have given him, without severe treatment, 2 years to live. I mean, just saying that out loud for someone I've known for several years is stunning and hard to really contemplate and hard to put your brain around. And my wife is just shattered, and my sister-in-law, obviously. They've started a GoFundMe account. They will be responsible for 25% of the cost of the treatment that he will need to keep him alive. And he will go through 2 years of radiation and 2 years of chemotherapy. And we're talking thousands per month that they will be responsible out of pocket. So, look, the one thing I'm blessed with is I do have a platform like this and a platform on the Discord channel and a platform on my radio show and my Twitter account. And I'm going to use it as best as I can to help Daryl and Angela out the best that I can. I'm going to put the link to the GoFundMe account underneath me here where you normally find the Discord channel. I'm going to put it here on YouTube. I'm going to put it underneath me. If you guys were in the Discord channel, you were notified about the fundraiser. If you're listening right now and you're not in the Discord channel, if you go to YouTube or to my Twitter account at Sports Talk Matt, there is a pinned tweet at the top of my Twitter account for the GoFundMe account. If I have ever given you 10 minutes of joy, if I've ever won a bet for you, if I've ever done anything that this is me calling in that favor. I mean, $5, $10. I'm not asking for a lot here, okay? But this family, this couple is in for a really hard 2 years. And we're not there, and it's somewhat of a guilt feeling with me. I've moved my family, my wife and daughter. We are not close. We are in Las Vegas, and my wife and daughter are here because of my job. And this is one way I can say, honey, this is what I can do, and this is how I can help, is I do get a platform. I do get this chance. And I just can't imagine being 30, I think he's 34. I couldn't imagine hearing the words, you have brain cancer. He had surgery to remove the tumor on was it Sunday, I think it was? And then they found out yesterday the full prognosis. All the tests came back. They sat them down and kind of laid out the entire treatment plan for what it was going to be, and just kind of sitting back and listening to how long of a road this is going to be. I mean, this is a guy who works right now with special needs adults. Like, this guy he's just a really good person. Army veteran in the Peace Corps, works with special needs adults, and this is the guy that gets brain cancer? Like, are you kidding me? Like, this is the person that gets brain cancer? It's hard. He's an immigrant from the Philippines. Like, it just loves America, loves this country, volunteered for the military, and this is the guy. It is brutally unfair. It is absolutely unfair that this has happened. And, it puts a lot of things in perspective for me. It puts a lot of things in perspective for my wife. And, oftentimes 95 to 100% of the time, right now, I am on this podcast pissed off. I couldn't care less. Like, okay, so I lost 4 bets. Who cares? I've gone, like, I think I'm like 3-9 or 10 or whatever the hell I am over the last 3 days. I don't care. It's my job, but right now, if the passing of Trags, that shook me as a guy who was similar age to him. That shook me, and that could have been me. I got COVID. I had COVID. That could have been me. That definitely woke me up a little bit, but this really wakes me up. I'm 44 years old. I mean, I'm 10 years older than this guy, and every damn day that our eyes open and we get to do what we love to do, I'm going to take it and be so thankful for it. So, sorry to kind of get off on a total rant on this, but my brain is really scrambled at the moment about all this, and I've just been sort of in a daze. And there's a link on the Discord channel. There's a link on top of my Twitter account at Sports Talk Matt. If we can do anything for Daryl and Angela, I would be internally grateful, and just it would mean a ton to me if you guys could help this family out, because they are in for such a long road. And at Sports Talk Matt on Twitter to get the link, or on YouTube, there's going to be a link for the GoFundMe account that I'm going to place inside the comment section, or a little link section right below me here, underneath me here on YouTube. Okay. So with that, as we go from one sad story to another, this comes from a Daily Juice listener who wrote to me on Twitter, sent me a DM, said, Matt, not sure if you'll see this, but I know you're very active interacting with your fans, so maybe you will. First off, I'll start by saying I'm a huge fan of the Daily Juice and everything you do. I started listening your first month in July of 2020 when I first started gambling and tuning in almost every single day still. I learned a lot about sports betting listening to you as a beginner, and I think what you do every day is great. I really appreciate how hard you work. I wanted to reach out to you because this week I sadly had to put down my dog of 16 years on Monday. He was a huge part of my family and was with me since I was a kid in elementary school and watched me grow into the man that I am now. I know in the past you have done a Don't Bet a Parlay themed around your cat that passed away and for another fan that dog had passed away. And I was wondering if you could do another dog themed parlay this week in my honor of my dog Elmer. Sorry for such a long message, but if you take the time to read it, thank you for being a great host of the Daily Juice and a great guy in general. I'm getting kind of emotional and choked up on this. I'm going to show you who are listening to or watching on YouTube. I'm going to show you the picture of the dog. There's a dog, super cute, really cute dog. And in honor of Elmer, in his passing in 16 years, man, that's a long time. I know exactly what that's like. The Don't Bet a Parlay is going to be animal themed. All right? This is an animal theme. We are going with 2 ducks and 1 buffalo today. All right? I'm going to take the Anaheim Ducks against the Minnesota Wild at home in hockey. I stink at hockey. I'm 0-5 in hockey, but I liked what I saw at Anaheim, and they're at home, and they're home dogs. And I'm not so sure they should be home dogs. I know the Wild's really good, but this is a really funky and wild, incredible hockey. I thought, all right, we get plus money on this. Why not? Plus 136 money line at home for the Ducks. I thought Gibson played really well in net. I know the Wild have great firepower, but I'm going to take the Ducks at home here on the money line. And I saw something I liked in game number 1 against Anaheim. So there's play number 1 for the parlay. Play number 2, the Thundering Herd, the Buffaloes of Marshall, taking on North Texas on the road, laying 10.5 points from Marshall. I like this Marshall offense. I think Marshall's going to be able to put up points. I think they win this game by 14 points. I'm going to lay the 10.5 with Marshall on Friday night here. And then the other duck that we're going to jump in is the Oregon Ducks, laying 13.5 at home against Cal. I think Cal's a bad football team. Oregon at home, I think Oregon runs the score up here. I think the Oregon Ducks go big over the Cal Bears. They beat them up and beat them up badly. We're going laying the 13.5 for Oregon at home here against Cal on Friday night, late night football, all right? That is a plus 745 parlay. 3 legs, plus 745. If you want to switch it out and you want to kind of go a little bit safer on this, you want to go with more favorites, and you don't want to jump on the dog here, you can jump on the Wild at minus 162, and that is a plus 479 parlay. So it doesn't qualify for the Don't Bet a Parlay, but the Wild are animals technically, right? The whole Wild Kingdom is the Minnesota Wild. So if you want to go the other way and fade my picks at hockey because I'm so bad at hockey, I'm not going to hate on you for doing that, but if you do jump in on the Anaheim Ducks money line, it's plus 745. So Anaheim Ducks money line against the Wild. Cal laying 13.5 against Oregon at minus 110, and Marshall laying 10.5 against on the road at North Texas. That also laying minus 110 for the Don't Bet a Parlay in Elmer's honor here for the Daily Juice. Okay, so I'm already going really long, so I know you guys probably don't want to hear me ramble on about all the picks in place, but I do have 2 bets for tonight, half a unit each, and then the first 2 bets for the NFL season I want to give to you because the lines are moving on these plays. So let's go right to it here. Syracuse at home catching 14 points from Clemson. Why is Clemson catching 14 points from anybody or laying 14 points against anybody? They're on the road doing this? No. Syracuse could be 5-1, okay? They lost to Florida State 33-30. They lost to Wake Forest 40-37. Their defense is not good. Does it matter against Clemson? No, because Clemson's offense is really, really bad. We did this before with Clemson at home. We laid it with Boston College. We took Boston College plus 14, and BC nearly won the game. I think the same thing happens here. I think Syracuse will be in this game late with a chance to win this game. I mean, Clemson's offense is awful, and now they're on the road against a Syracuse team that's 3-3, but they're sneaky. That's a sneaky team, okay? I'm taking the 14 points here. I think this line's way too high. I'm going Syracuse plus 14 here at home against Clemson on Friday night for a half a unit. And the other half a unit, we're going to the Red Sox and the Astros here with Chris Sale starting for the Red Sox, which I don't like, all right? I don't like it at all. I know that he could dial it back, but man, I don't know. I'm scared. I'm real scared. And the only way the Red Sox are going to win this game is by scoring a ton of runs. And I'm not positive they're going to be able to do that, but I think their bats with Devers and JD Martinez and Xander Bogaerts, I think they got an opportunity here to score some runs. I lean towards the Astros winning game 1, but I think with Kike Hernandez being as hot as he was, and hopefully Kyle Schwarber also continues to be really, really hot, that this is an opportunity for the Red Sox to get on to Valdez early, to hit him hard, to score runs, get into that bullpen for the Astros, which is not very good, and score runs. The total is 8. I'm not going to touch a side here in game 1, play this out a little bit, but I am going to bet the over. Over 8 runs for the Red Sox and the Astros. Take offense, a 5-4 win for somebody, 6-4 wins for somebody here in game number 1. I think we're going to have high-scoring games throughout the entire series. I expect these numbers to tick higher and higher every game. So I think 8 for game 1 is a bit too low. I think we're going to see 8.5s and 9s throughout the rest of the series here. But game 1, we're going to go over 8 runs at minus 110 for a half a unit. Okay? So Syracuse plus 14, half a unit. Over 8 runs, Red Sox Houston, half a unit for the Friday plays for us here. 1 unit in play here on a Friday. Okay, for Sunday, 2 plays. Both numbers are moving, okay? Look, the Cleveland Browns are laying 3 points at home to the Arizona Cardinals. This number is moving. I want to give it to you now before you can get it at 3 or buy it down to 3. 3 is a key number. It's really important. I got it at 3 early in the day on Friday. This is a Browns team who I think is going to run the football. Weather, wind in Cleveland. It's going to be windy, big wind gusts, okay? Perfect for the running attack. And the Cardinals defense can be run on, okay? You can run on that defense. This is going to be a circa play for me on my other team. I'll try to talk into the DJ teams on this, but I'm going to talk you into this on 3 with the Browns. Minus 3 at home against the Cardinals. 5-0 the Cardinals are. Everyone's going to go, oh, Kyler Murray. Nah, 7-point win for Cleveland, okay? 7-point win for Cleveland. It is. I am very confident. Dave Sherapan is on this. It's his B squared play from the Bostonian versus the Book segment on my radio show. That is his play. It is Papa Bear's play of the week. We are all in agreement here, and it's very rare for all 3 of us to be on the same side. Browns minus 3 against the Cardinals for 1 full unit. And the other unit, you're going to hate it. Don't care. Patriots at home plus 3.5 against the Dallas Cowboys. I know. I understand. Everyone's going to get all up in arms on this and go, oh my gosh, what do you mean, Matt, you Patriot homer? Remember, I bet on against the Patriots with the Texans game, bet against the Patriots with the first game of the year against the Dolphins, got those right. I was with the Patriots. Which game was it? I'm going to go out and blank. But anyways, whenever I bet a side on the Patriots so far, I'm 3-0. The one thing I got wrong was when I bet the Patriots money line, but I wasn't on a side. When I bet sides on the Patriots, I'm 3-0 so far this year. Cowboys coming in, afternoon game, Patriots defense, going to bow up here. Run the ball on that defense. Mac Jones plays well. 275 yards, somewhere in that range. Dink and dunk down the field. Using those receivers, those tight ends. Defense turns the ball over. Defense stop Zeke, stop the running attack. Guard those receivers, get after pass rush. Matthew Judon gets after Dak Prescott. Patriots win the game outright. Let's just take the 3.5. Pats plus 3.5. Home dogs against Dallas Cowboys. 5-0 against the spread. Everyone's going to be on the Cowboys. You might get a better number. You might get 4. You might get 4.5. Patriots plus 3.5. I bet it tonight on a Friday night. Patriots plus 3.5 at home against the Cowboys is the other play for 1 unit here for NFL Sunday week number 6. Okay, so let's go over everything here. The Don't Bet a Parlay, Elmer Tribute Edition, Marshall minus 10.5, Oregon minus 13.5, Anaheim Ducks money line plus 745 parlay. Don't Bet a Parlay. I think I've missed like 6 in a row on those guys, so hopefully we knock one of these down. It's been a while since I hit one of those. We're going Syracuse plus 14, half a unit. Over 8, Red Sox Astros, half a unit. Full unit, Patriots plus 3.5. Full unit, Browns minus 3. I'm liking the home teams here coming up this week in the NFL. My name's Matt Perrault. Please do me a favor if you can donate anything, $5, $10, whatever you can do to help Daryl and Angela I would be so incredibly thankful. Again, at Sports Talk Matt on Twitter if you need the direct link, or on YouTube, there will be a link here just beneath me. You guys can go ahead and click on it to donate to them on the GoFundMe page. Thank you so much. I appreciate you letting me do this. I'm sorry for a depressing Daily Juice on a Friday, but more upbeat coming up on a Saturday, I promise, as we get into the weekend. Hopefully you have a great weekend with college and NFL football betting for us here on the Daily Juice. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt. Each and every morning, it's the Daily Juice podcast, always being brought to you by BetMGM.